What up guys, this is Monkey Figure Reviews, and today we are back with another Figures News Updates video regarding upcoming One Piece Banpresto / Bandai Spirits figures. Now, the first one on our list, this figure, he is the King of Artists, Monkey D. Luffy, Wano Kuni version 2 figure. His height is 20 cm and his release date is October 2021 this year. Oh boy, I gotta say, this figure looks to be amazing, and I'm so glad that King of Artists is getting back on track, giving us quality figures. I've seen videos and photos of the recent release, Goldie Roger. He looks astounding, looks like an amazing figure, and I can't wait to review him for you guys. And continuing the trend, they are giving us Luffy in his new Onigashima outfit. I believe there's no spoilers here. The anime likely has caught up in the latest episode, and also in the opening you would have probably seen this outfit. This pose is right out from one of the volume covers. I think he's next to Law and Kid. And in fact, we already have a figure of him in this pose from the Ichiban Kuji Omnibus series, but that figure is smaller and likely more expensive. So to have him as a cheaper, normal price figure and also in a bigger scale, I think that a lot of people will be wanting to get him, me included. And if you look at his face, it looks exactly like Luffy. So character likeness wise, no complaints. I think it is well done. Same for the hair. It seems to be very detailed. I like the way the hair is divided and how it rests on his head. Very natural. And see some details on the straw hat. Maybe we can see them closer on different angles. And over here at his body, you can see a little bit of his muscles as well as a scar. Maybe not the most muscular sculpt we have seen of Luffy, but I think it is still okay. And of course, his right arm is coated in haki. You can see just peeking out from here a little bit of transition to the haki. And of course, looking at the rest of his outfit, you can see the details added to it, the creases. And you have all these lines that is, very similar to a drawing style, which is what we usually get from the King of Artists series. You can also see these lines on some parts of his coat. This is the side view, so we can have a better look on his haki arm as well as a different angle on his outfit. Once again, you can see all those lines, especially here on the sleeve as well as the neck. And you can actually see this significant seam line in the middle of his hair. I hope that in the final figure, this would not be too obvious. And also the string on his straw hat, the details, how they make it as realistic as possible. A different angle of the straw hat, more creases here. And as far as I can tell, the only part of this figure that has shading is around the pants. Some parts are darker and some parts are lighter, just to show the shadowing and lighting. This is the back view. We can see how his coat folds behind him, together with his motion in line with his movements. And of course, we get a nice look on the straw hat. Probably not the most realistic and detailed one we have seen compared to other Luffy figures. But what I really like is that they actually do not overemphasize the damage done by Buggy on the straw hat, as well as the crosses, the mending done up by Nami to fix it. Because sometimes I feel that some straw hats, they just overdid the details and it just takes attention away from the straw hat as a whole. It's just too much. And what I like about this straw hat is that the edges are not exactly circular, so it's kind of random and irregular. It just seems to be more realistic that way. Another angle of Luffy. And yes, I guess we are gonna get this supporting base or supporting stand for the figure, but I hope that eventually you can still display him without this, because as usual, as much as possible, I try to display my figures without the stand, without the base, because sometimes they look too ugly. They look a little bit out of place. I think this is still alright because they try to match the color to the cape, but still, it would be better without the stand. This is a new series. It is called Grandline Journey by Hancock. Her height is 15 cm and her release date is also October 2021 this year. Well, I gotta say, when I first saw this figure, I felt that Hancock looks absolutely amazing and beautiful. I was immediately captivated. Her character likeness is on point. It looks exactly like Hancock. And when you look at her body proportions, I feel that they didn't go overboard with the fan service, which is a good thing. But at the same time, still managed to capture her figure and shape, so she looks absolutely beautiful. And you have her just casually sitting on this ledge. What do you call this actually? It is like the barrier to the side of the ship. So you can see she's just chilling. You can imagine her just sitting down there, enjoying the wind on a peaceful day, but at the same time looking beautiful, sexy and classy. And that is a great figure in my opinion. So we have a height at 15 cm. We have no idea exactly how she is going to scale, and I wonder if the scale for this series is going to be consistent. Somebody actually mentioned that looking at the base, it seems like potentially we could connect them with other figures from the same series, but we will have to wait and see if that is actually the case. And I'm also curious to see if this figure can actually scale with my sitting down figures, because to have this beautiful Hancock next to them will be amazing. Back to the details on the figure. Like I said, her face looks amazing. Nothing else I can say there. The hair, the usual center parting, and seam line in the middle, seems like it. Golden earrings, and this part of the top is also golden in color, this badge. And of course, if you look at her chest, you can see how well endowed she is, with the cleavage looking very sexy. And this part, I guess this is supposed to be the fur, so you can see the irregular texture on it. And her hand is just kind of holding her hair back a little bit, her right hand. The details on the sleeve, pretty much the standard usual part of this OG outfit. And of course the bottom, which we can't really see in this angle. And you have it open up all the way to the waist, so you can see her long and slender sexy legs, and her heels over here. And at the back, her hair just flowing, almost like the wind is blowing at her. And of course, right at the bottom, this part, which is wood, you can see some of those lines of the texture, as well as the planks at the bottom. This is a different view, different angle. You can just see a very, nice hourglass shape on her body. Some more details on the bottom of her outfit. A closer look, and wow, isn't she beautiful? You also can see some lipstick, I think, painted on her lips, kind of as a neutral nude color. This is again looking at her, slightly angled. And I gotta say, actually looking now at her cleavage, at least on this prototype, I like how natural it looks, like the way they sculpted it. So I can appreciate it, and I really enjoyed it. Because sometimes you just kind of get a very unrealistic sculpt, you don't actually get to see a line. Especially with some of the later POPs. But if they keep this in the final product, I gotta say, they have done a good job. So, like I said, I feel that this figure is amazing, and if you like Hancock, likely you will be ordering her. This is the Grandline Man Wano Kuni Volume 15 Eustass Kid figure. His height is 16 cm and his release date is October 2021 this year. So we are back to the Grandline Man series, and this time around we are getting the kid figure based on how he looks like in Wano. So that means no metal arm. That's why we have his coat covering his left side here. And the details wise, it's kind of standard, simple, in line with the Grandline Man style. Probably you can just see them for yourself. The coat, the hair, and the face seems to be alright. Maybe not crazy enough, because Kid has the very devious and sinister look sometimes that is so iconic to him. And this is not crazy enough in my opinion. Muscles wise, pretty much the Grandline Man standard. His belt, and I would say probably the pants have greater details with this randomized lines and texturing. Little bit of shading as well in certain areas, like beneath the coat. Not sure if it's the lighting or just the way they painted it. Side view of him, so we can have a better look on his coat. Back view as well. Yeah, so I think I'll just leave it up to you guys to have a look. Details wise, I guess we can't really see much. It's just mainly from the coat. If you don't look at him from the front. Yeah, but I guess he's alright along the Grandline series. And I actually put in this figure of him. This is the previous Grandline Man figure of Kid. And I wonder which one will you choose, because if you already have this Kid, I kind of think that it would not be a big upgrade to get this kit. And above all, you have him here with his big giant metallic left arm with all the details. So I would think that this is already cool enough. It's more like for people who missed out on this figure, then maybe you would want to get the newer kit. Because other than that, outfit wise, style wise, it's pretty much the same. This is the next Grandline Man figure, Wano Kuni Volume 16, Basil Hawkins. His height is 16 cm and his release date is also in October 2021 this year. By the way, I have no idea if I pronounce his first name right. Basil, whatever. Okay, I have no clue because usually we just call him Hawkins. But you guys can let me know if I got it wrong. And I believe that this is the first time that the Grandline Man series is doing a figure of him. So I reckon those of you who are big fans of the worst generation will be very excited for him to finally have him in this scale. And yeah, details wise, I guess it is pretty alright. It's looking very serious and moody as usual, looking to the side. Outfit wise, very simple. You can see some of the texturing and creases done on the pants, the lines. That looks to be okay. And one of his, I never noticed this, but he only wear gloves or wear a glove on his left hand. Looks like the right hand is naked. And let's see him from different angles. Very significant seam line in the middle here from the side. The back view, the creases on the coats, the way the hair flows towards the back and how it rests on his shoulders. I think it's actually not bad. This is the side and you can see a better look on his one-sided armor. So details wise, really nothing exceptional I can talk about. No shading as far as I can tell, and what you see is essentially what you get. But I always like Hawkins' design. I feel that he deserves more figures. Hopefully we get to see him in other different series or by different manufacturers. Over here, we are back to the Banpresto Chronicles series, and I believe I had discussed them before, but just as a recap, essentially for Chronicles, what Banpresto are doing is that they are re-releasing older figures that are probably pretty rare now, but they were hits during their time. And very likely you will get a different paint style or a different paint job, so they would not look the same as before. And even for this Master Stars piece figure, I think before this version there were already 3 or 4 versions of him over the course of perhaps 5 or 6 years. And I hope that these photos that I have, they are accurate because they are the only sets I could find that accompanied the latest announcements. So looking at him, I think details wise when it comes to the sculpt, pretty much the same. So we are just looking at paints differences, and as far as I can tell, it looks like they added more shading around the clothes especially. So I'm just gonna quickly run through them. Okay, so you can have a look. Yeah, like over here you can see significantly some parts are lighter and darker, the way they've done it on the pants as well. Side view. And yeah, I think we are also getting Ace, Master Stars piece Ace. Sorry, by the way, this Luffy is 24 cm and this Ace is 26 cm. And their release dates are also in October 2021. So for this Ace, also many versions came out before, some with fire on his arm, some with the head on top of him. And I have no clue what are the color differences. Hopefully they don't differ too much or they are not too different from your expectations. I gotta say, when it comes to the style of these two figures, Master Stars piece, Luffy and Ace, I feel that honestly they are outdated when compared to newer figures that were released, newer versions of Luffy and Ace. So if you look at like this Ace for example, like details wise and quality, it's like it's okay. I think it's still alright, but not the best. Same for this Luffy. I always thought that his facial proportions are a bit off. So personally for myself, I wouldn't recommend them unless you are looking to complete a set, or you are a completionist collector, you want to collect everything, or maybe you actually like them. Yeah, different from me. But for me, I'm actually not that interested. I do have this Ace. I believe I reviewed him before, but I sold him because I felt that he doesn't look like Ace anymore, or there are better figures of him. Alright, so let me know what you guys think, as usual, in the comment section below of these figures, which ones you are getting. And if you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you're new here and you like my channel, don't forget to subscribe and also hit the bell notification button so you don't miss out on new videos like this. Thank you guys so much for spending your time with me. I will see you guys very soon. Goodbye.